Well, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are just some of the states where the president's campaign team is actively filing lawsuits over the election. Each lawsuit has its own allegations, but experts say right now none of them have been proven to be true.
Some legal experts say even if some of the cases were to advance, that would not mean a Trump win. Joining us live from the White House to talk about the campaign's legal challenges is CBS's Paula Reid. Thank you so much for joining us, Paula.
Of course, so great to be with you.
Yeah, and I know you've been covering the White House for a long time, so give us the pulse right now from inside the White House. What is the feeling or the mood there?
Not great. There's a lot of disappointment, anger, and as is probably not very surprising, a lot of finger pointing. Right now, a lot of people are looking at the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, Jared Kushner, and wondering why there wasn't a better, a smarter strategy to contest the outcome of the election. So far, the president's attorneys and the campaign and other organizations, they've filed this diversified portfolio of lawsuits, but overwhelmingly, these are getting tossed out by judges who say that these allegations of widespread voter fraud are just not supported by evidence.
You know, it's interesting. We're seeing so many of them being dismissed so quickly, in some cases pulled back by their own team. I mean, what's the end goal here with all of these lawsuits?
At this point, advisors, sources tell us they know there's really no way through the courts now to overturn the electoral math for President Trump. At this point, though, they want to put up a fight. They want to send a message to the president's supporters that they're not just going to concede until all of their legal options are exhausted. Now, there is another goal that's achieved here, which is not only do you rile up the president's base, but you're also undermining confidence in the legitimacy of the Biden administration, which is something that the Trump campaign seems to have no problem with. And a lot of prominent Republicans on Capitol Hill are right there along with them, refusing to acknowledge President-elect Joe Biden and encouraging the president to continue these legal challenges.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's been no evidence of this. So is it the Georgia, the two Senate races? Is that the reason why the GOP is remaining silent? Because they want the base riled up. They want them to still go out and vote in that runoff in January?
It's a great point. What was so interesting is last week, the president was upset. Sources were telling me that more Republicans weren't coming out and defending his fight in these various states. But over the past few days, you've seen all of these prominent Republicans, not just cabinet members, but also Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, all these folks coming out and really throwing their weight behind the president's legal challenges. Even though we know the math isn't going to work out likely for President Trump, it's all about Georgia, because now what's happening in that state will likely decide whether Republicans can retain their control of the Senate. So now you see this red wall forming around this effort to undermine confidence in our election, but also raise more and more questions in the state of Georgia.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so people are probably looking nervously at their calendars wondering, is this going to go on until January? Real quickly, Paula, we're almost out of time, but how long do you think this transition gridlock is going to be in place?
This is unlikely to be a friendly or a cooperative transition. You really probably won't see a change here until Inauguration Day.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Paula Reid from CBS, joining us from the White House this morning.